Okay, welcome, Mother Doctor. This is our session 8.
Okay.
Um, in our previous episode, we talked about Mongolia's relationship with Russia. We covered World War II and how socialism happened in Mongolia. So, in this episode, we want to talk um, specifically about socialism and about the question, is Mongolia a nomadic country? Because throughout the world, foreign countries sees Mongolia as a nomadic country where people living in the yurt, riding horses, like living a nomadic lifestyle. And me and Mother Doctor, we were born and raised in Mongolia, so we wanna answer that question: is Mongolia really a nomadic country? And I wanna give that question to you, Mother Doctor. Do you think is there any nomad left in Mongolia?
No,
Yes.
absolutely no. So if I go outside and far away from capital Ulaanbaatar, and the, I don't meet any nomads there outside. So we know this is a in English word countryside. This is not countryside. This is Hudo. Hudo is not the same as countryside. Yes. So
Hmm.
so who is nomad? Nomad is people moving from there to other places and no fixed place and so on. Yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you outside meeting such girls and people driving their animals, so there are pastoral people and they have fixed place. They
Yeah.
call it nutak. T. In Buryat saying Nutiak, Nutak. And
Hmm.
Nutak is a fixed place. Summer summer camp, and now they are in a summer camp, and then in winter camp. Centuries
Hmm.
living there. Centuries. Mother, grandmother, and the children, grandchildren, all have this fixed places. That's why this Nutak is fixed. My Nutak, our Nutak. There there was the Nutak of my grandparents.
Hmm.
So that's why they are not nomads. And if you meet these people, they're asking, do you have something to trade, or do you want to buy a cheap and so on?
Hmm.
They are very business. They're very busy people. They have cars and they have TVs,
Hmm.
watching whole day Korean soaps.
Yes. We like Korean culture.
Yes, some people there,
Yeah.
the whole year, 360 days, watching Korean serials and soaps. In many people beginning to speak Korean.
Yeah. When I was watching like Mongolian food show, like
Uh-huh.
Jimby,
Uh-huh.
and I saw like nomads making that food. And so they were making jimbi, and then when they were eating jimbi, like on the side there was kimchi, and I was like,
Yes.
"Ah, do we?"
Yes, they have handy here smartphones, cell phones, and looking Facebooks and YouTubes, and so they are sort of like people in the city. The
Yes.
difference is far from city living, but in the mind, no difference.
Hmm.
writing comments takes part on elections.
Yeah.
Very like normal citizen. The life. Eating,
So,
you said eating kimchi, drinking beer. No problem, no problem. So
yeah.
that's why Mongolia is not nomadic country. Please, foreign colleagues and friends, Mongolia is not nomad country. We are not nomads. I am not nomad. My family, my parents, not nomad.
Mhm.
My friends living outside, they are
Yeah.
also not nomads. They have horses and sheep and so on. There are sheep herders,
Yeah.
but not nomads. Not nomads.
So the traditional way of being for
Being,
is
yeah, this is for them. It is economically very benefitable. See, economically, because they have no how to say uh, you live in the city. This is too much costs and so on. Yes, too much economy. But outside of a city, you live very comfortably and cheap. No money for flat and so on. Yeah. No money for electricity.
yeah.
So that's why uh, it's very yeah economic life, economical life. And
It's
then coming to the city and selling their sheep and horses and the cows. And then with this money, their kids going to city to study. In this, if you live in the city as a normal teacher or how to say policeman or and so on,
Mhm.
then your salary is nothing for you. This is the
Yes.
people in the city are very how to say very poor people, social problems and so. Outside, they have money, they are rich, very economical life.
Mhm.
That's why we say we naming this economical life instead nomad.
From what I observe is a lot of foreign people. Okay, when I say foreign people, I'm saying people from North America or from Europe. They they don't wanna live in the city anymore. So they wanna try different way of lifestyle, different way of being,
Yes, that's it. That's it.
and they
This is
go to
this
Mongolia.
how
Yeah.
to say alternative to the city. And you know also people they have this how to say this word how to say
Hmm.
uh, uh, yeah they escaping from city
Yes.
from big city escaping from big city and
Hmm.
living very economical, very also very ecological,
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
eco
Yeah.
those people.
I
Yes,
think it's
yes,
like hybrid way of living. But I
yes.
see, like, there's a one example. There's a one Canadian man
Yes.
who went to Ulaanbaatar in 2000s to
Uh-huh.
preach Christianity. So
Yes.
he went Mongolia to preach Christianity, and then when he was living in Mongolia, he loved our nomadic lifestyle. So he
Not
decided
nomadic, not nomadic, not nomadic. This economical lifestyle.
economic lifestyle. So he decided to stay with his
Uh-huh.
family. So now he's living in I don't know which province, but he's in Hutto right now.
Yeah, in Hudo. Yes,
He has
Hudo.
like a land, sheep,
Yes,
cow, so he does some
yes, yes,
agriculture, and he
yes.
loves it.
Yes. This is the modern lifestyle. Yes, economical and ecological and very how to say very simple life
Very simple life,
and
yeah,
very
yeah,
minimal life,
hmm,
minimalism and so
yeah,
on. This
yeah.
is. Mhm. And you know this how to say this word from this city and it's a, they are against capitalist life.
Hmm.
Capitalism,
Yeah.
they don't like capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism is benefit, profit, money, and
Hmm.
so.
Yeah.
And this life, they are full of this life and going, okay, bye bye city.
Yeah. Now people are understanding that capitalism is not the way. It's been proving it year by year. Like this is not the lifestyle. So people are naturally going to this ecological lifestyle where they just want to live a very minimalistic lifestyle. You
Yes,
don't
yes,
need many things. Yeah.
yes, yes.
And I think that lifestyle is very special and possible in Mongolia. Do you think this is
Yes,
that
possible.
as
It's
well?
possible. It's possible because this is economical, ecological life. This is a it's a good word. This is a good word. Nomad is something uh, simple life, poor life, and so on. Yeah,
Yeah. So nomad is no longer. Yeah.
these people are not poor people. There are decided, very economical, ecological, and very human people. See, see, this is human. That's why it's very very interesting. Yes.
It's very interesting. And from what I see, yeah, from what I see is Mongolia can use that opportunity maybe to attract foreigners or maybe support the local people to live that lifestyle. Because
Yes.
like life in Ulaanbaatar, right?
Yes.
Now,
It's,
the
yes.
situation.
It's, yes. In Ulaanbaatar, there are many here people, and you like in countries like in Brazil or India, there are this how to say this areas, this periphery of the city. You know this how to say this word here. You out here on the periphery, living on the periphery
Okay.
people.
Like outside.
They, yes, they coming from uh, from Hudo, from how to
Yeah.
say countryside, coming from their yurta, and living there, and hoping found a job. And so, huh?
Hoping
This
to find a job
also
in the city.
in the city, just like this, and then they might making it this area as a as a as a this word coming of my unconsciousness. In the memory, I have this word, but coming
Yeah. That
not
expression.
up.
Yeah. Like.
Slants. Kak, like slen, ya, ya, like slants.
Mhm.
De,
Yeah.
de
Yeah.
slants gebeurt işte.
Like in India,
De,
people live in the slums, right? And then
slams and
they move.
Brasilia also in such countries,
Like you,
Rio
in
de Janeiro or something like. Yes, you know.
Yeah, in Mongolia, we call that Giroral. Is that what
De
you mean?
Girarodov.
Yeah.
Youth area.
So it's a youth area where it's cheap way of living.
Yes, cheap way of living. Poor way, poor way. This is very poor. That's why they are main election mass. If
Main elect.
election going politicians to this area and
Yeah.
giving, giving, giving foods and money, cash,
Hmm.
and then elected in this area. The election is in Mongolia giving directly money in cash for this poor
That's how they
people.
got their support. And
Yes, yes.
ours, we are very divided from rich to poor. Like When you see the demographic in
Yes,
Ulaanbaatar,
yes.
there's a stark difference of being rich and poor, and the majority are poor. So, in terms of election, it's very easy to persuade
Mm-hmm.
citizens
Uh-huh.
to vote for you because you give them money, and
Yes,
money, like they're in a very desperate situation that if you give money, they can survive the winter or summer and they would vote for you.
yes. Firing coal and so on. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Because in Yurta in
Hmm.
winter it's
Hmm.
cold. It's cold.
It's very cold.
You have
And
a little oven in this yurta and firing coals and woods, something else make,
mhm,
to make heating their yurtas. Yes, yurta. Yurta is like a camp zelt. This is not a flat. This is,
yeah. And another point I want to mention is you state that very strongly that Mongolia is a lost country.
oh yes,
And
oh yes, oh yes. We know this. And week ago we have now no government more. We have now no prime minister, no government.
yeah, what do you think about that protest that was organized by the youth?
Yeah, okay, okay. You know, this is. I said we have no parliament. This is not a parliament. This is a ikhur, gross choral, gross choral. Gross choral is not a parliament. In parliament, you have majority, minority, opposition, and so clear. You see, this is a majority party, and this is the opposition, and this is this party, and so you see in the parliament. In Mongolia, there is a cross choral. So this is like for feudal state, and and now this is why now this prime minister, how to say, resign it or reject it, or how to say, reverse it, or how to say,
Resigned.
huh?
He was resigned by the
Resigned. Yes, yes, resigned. So, but this is only this is a problem in the party, inner problem in the party, because
Mhm.
this party is the majority,
Yeah, majority. Yeah.
absolute majority, absolute.
Mhm.
But they, after election, they decided uh, to work without opposition. And then they, like a present, give them opposite parties, another parties, some ministries, some ministries. And then they silence it.
Yeah, there's no opposition, right? So they're
Yes,
like
yes.
working to.
They gave them three, four ministries. And
Mhm.
then, oh, okay, we have minister here chances. Yes, yes, and it's good, good, and that they are very lucky for this present from the majority party. Yes, it's a, how to say, it's a, like a tragedy or comedy, because this majority party calls himself Mongol Artenam, Mongols Party of Art. This word, Mongolian word art, it's not translatable in English. Art is something like lower people, lower people. Art. In Hunchin art. This is art. They are art. They are lower people, lower people. so,
I
the
think
another big party, Artçısınam, they call it Democratic Party, but this word artisan, the meaning of making lower people, making art.
This one.
This is a paradox. This is such a paradox. One part, big party is party of art, lower people, and the other
Yeah.
is making art, making lower people.
Yeah, yeah.
This is that's why I said this country is lost country. The
So I know it.
second,
Yeah.
second, why I said lost country. Okay, this is political situation. On the other side, economical situation. We are
Mhm.
mining country. So why lost country in the economical situation? Because you know this French French President Macron.
Yeah.
He was 1 year ago in Ulaanbaatar, made contracts for uranium,
Yeah.
atom energy, or nuclear energy. And then why? Because there are from Africa, how to say, from Africa rejected.
So Africa
Go
reject.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
go away. So this is such a crime mining company. No chance in Africa, but big chance in Mongolia. Yes, Rio Tinto, or the Iron Ore mines, all these crime mining companies, they are in Mongolia. In Mongolia, like paradise for crime mining companies.
Yeah.
That's why I said it is a lost country.
Lost country.
Yes, yes. Oh, this is.
The leadership cannot see that as a threat company to Mongolia.
Yes,
So even our leadership is lost.
yes, this is feudal society. Mongolia is a feudal society. Yeah. It's a feudal society. This is no way, no way, no way.
Okay.
That's why I said this youth. You asked me this on the Sukhabata place. Young people coming on the street and against the government and so on. But this is nothing because it's not, it's not the same. That's in a parliament, one party making you youth people is not for opposition party because we have no opposition.
Hmm.
The, if it's normal process, no normal political process, now the opposition party has a chance. But now this is not this thing. Now this is only in the party they have inner problems. Inner problems.
Do
And
you,
for them, it's no problem. Okay, new prime minister, new ministries. This time, we make no presence to the another parties giving ministries. Maybe now the majority party alone governing alone. Maybe they make no presence.
so during the protests, the youth were my age, like
Uh-huh,
90s,
uh-huh. Mhm.
like in
But this
their
is only against this young feudal man. Yes, prime minister.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, in 1 year becoming big feudal.
No, it's a start. I think it's a start. Do you, when you see the protest, do you have faith in the young people that they can make Mongolia from lost country into a
Mhm.
country that has a proper structure of parliament and go to the right direction? Because
Yeah,
you know,
maybe
like
I don't see such a hope, such hope. But maybe I have a fantasy. instead of.
Yes.
So I said this is not opposition. Uh, Opposition, how to say? Opposition. How opposition? Uh,
Mhm.
Opposition people, not political opposition. They are not political
Oh, yeah.
opposition.
Yes.
They they wanted only change this prime minister. We don't like this prime minister.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. I
it.
see what you mean. Yeah.
That's it. We don't like him. And for the party, it's no problem. We are majority in crossroads.
Hmm.
Nothing changes in our party.
He's
Nothing
still.
changes politically. No political, no political. How to say? No political catastrophe.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Only changing this man through another man. That's it. Okay. Because youths don't like this man. Okay. We give another food for them dogs.
He's still the leader of the party, I presume.
uh, yeah, maybe
Like,
they change it because in this
yeah,
Mongol party of art, they have this new tradition. If prime minister, then party leader.
leader. Yeah.
10 or 50 years ago, it was separated prime minister and party leader. And now
Now it's all.
unify these two positions.
So,
But the problem is we have no right wing or left wing or something like in the political opposite ideologies, idealism, political, how to say, utopia. We have no such parties.
yeah, like in North America, you see a Republican Party that is more conservative. Like,
Yes, 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 yes.
they want to build a business, they want to do mining,
And,
they want,
and keeping
yeah,
tradition.
tradition. Like, there's only two genders, male and female.
Yes,
So
and
you,
yes, yes, keeping culture, Canadian culture or something, Western culture, uh,
yes, yeah, anti-immigrant.
civilizational culture.
Yeah, like not very sympathetic to immigration. But in
Yes,
Mongolia,
yes.
do you what kind of ideologies does those two Mongolian parties have? Like
They have no
what is
ideology.
the ideology of
No,
Mongol?
nothing, nothing, no ideology. Because because they have no philosophers.
Yeah.
Philosopher making ideology,
Hmm.
socialist or capitalist, conservative or leftist.
Yeah. And
Every government, every state, every nation need ideology. Without ideology, this is crazy.
so do philosophers have to be involved in politics? Is philosophy politics has to be separate, or is it one thing?
One thing. You know, this is in Western countries. This word police, uh, civis, all coming from philosophy, socialism, communism, and market economy. Economy coming from oikos. Economy is a Greece word. Oikos,
Because yeah.
household.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like in
And
it.
all political ethics and democracy coming from philosophy.
Like in the ancient Greek philosophers, they wrote extensively about political philosophy,
Yes, very much.
like how does the state should be, like from Plato to Aristotle, Thomas Hobbes. They
Yeah,
gave us.
society, ethics and morals.
Mhm. And
Ethic is political.
yes, and what I see is, okay, you can write about political theory from philosophical perspective, but it's also an important aspect to be involved in politics, like join the parliament, get elected, like do the real work. And you've been running for parliament yourself as a first philosopher. I don't think there's many philosophers that got run for parliament. And
They called it. They called philosophers.
yes, and I think you were running in my district actually, Hamilton.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and so what were you trying to achieve by running for parliament as a philosopher? I think you were the only one. Yeah, so I think that's a very interesting uh, point of view from philosophy to be involved in politics.
Yes. If I, yeah, if I in this cross world,
Hmm.
yes, I have to begin with at first
Yeah.
begin with constitution.
Okay,
We have
national constitution. Mm.
constitution. Yes, yes. This is
Okay.
this is constitutional crisis. We have now a state crisis, government crisis. It means constitutional crisis because in the constitution we have to read parliament is a place where many political ideas and ideologies uh, confronting and speaking, discussing, uh, and so on. But now we have not this situation. Practical now practical problem is we have no such a parliament. You
And
don't you can ask. There are 126 members of the cross choral.
yeah.
Any of them, if you ask, are you conservative? Are you socialist? Are you if you are conservative and so you ask them nobody can give you in a suitable or political correct
Yes. Yeah.
it's a bad word political correct
Hmm.
answer. They don't know what is left, what is right, what is conservatism. They don't know. They are it's just like our cross choral, our this parliament. This is like kindergarten.
Hmm. So you have to start from the system, the structure itself, which is the
Constitution, constitution,
national constitution.
constitution.
Hmm. Uh,
Then from constitution and step by step, this parliament or election. What do you mean if you say parliament? If you say party, what is a political party? In Mongolia we have 3 million people. 50% of them are children
hmm.
up to 16, 17 years
Hmm.
old, and we have more than 40 parties in Mongolia.
40, like 40?
40,
40?
four,
Okay.
yeah,
That's a
more
lot.
than 40.
No, I haven't heard about it. Yeah, I thought like it was. I
So
thought
many
it,
parties. But this
yeah.
is a this is a this is a very bad situation because you dividing all this electing people. That's why we have no political or something ideologies or conservative. Which party is this party? This party. More than 40 parties. 40, not 14.
That's a lot of parties.
Yes, this is a unique in the world history, human history.
3 million 40 kids.
3 million people. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
not 300 million population, only 340, about 40 parties. That's why this is so stupidity.
Yeah, from like yeah, Mongolia is a very interesting country. Like you see, like all
Yes.
the structures are not aligned properly.
Mhm.
The
Yes, but
We don't have
why interesting? Because
yeah.
in Mongolia, all lifestyle, all uh, understandings of life and politics or whatever, education or and so on, very paradox.
Mhm.
Very, it's a paradox country, country of paradox.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you. It's a mystery to be solved.
Yes. It's a, because we are very young country, you're a very young state. We have no history. Nomads, like nomads or this, have no history.
The You said so. We covered that Nomad is no longer here. So the alternative option is you're saying is ecological slash nomadic lifestyle
Yes, lifestyle without nomadic. So
without.
from nomad is our past, our past.
Mhm.
100 years ago,
Yep, yep.
we were we were we were in socialism. We civilized in socialist era.
Hmm.
Education, hospitals,
Yeah,
all this how to say processes of civilization in our country. We survived.
we survive. And
Yes,
you clearly say that that modern lifestyle was possible in socialism, and you keep saying that or regret that socialism was collapsed. We're back to chaos.
yes, yes. And now, and then wanted people back to nomadism, but it was not possible. You can read, you can write. How to be a nomad if you can read and write?
Mhm. I think our greatest opponent
Mhm.
is rich people, like businessmen, because they don't. If you wanna go to the socialist way, your first opponent is business people, capitalistic people who doesn't want to go that way because they would lost their wealth. So you
Yes,
see
of
the
course,
position in a way.
of course.
And I think that's what's happening also in America. Like, if you want to go the socialist path, all those private companies would lose their money.
Monopoly,
Monopoly,
money,
yeah.
monopoly. Yes,
And
America is these big companies are very monopolist companies,
monopolist. And
very monopolist. That's why it's a big. Two big companies are very dangerous for society.
mhm,
In society or government need to be socialist. Economy can be capitalist, but politics need to be socialist because of equality of people, justice of people in the
yeah,
society. Equality and justice, this is socialist idea. Socialist idea. Capitalists don't want equality, don't want justice.
yes. Like, if you see North America, you see like USA and Canada. And those are two different countries, like very different. If you go to US, it's very capitalistic. Canada, I think, is a very good example of being socialist. Like
Yes.
government, like the
Mhm.
government.
Yeah, government need to be socialist.
And
We know also Japan. Japan is a very socialist country because of equality and justice. In Japan, society is justice very common understanding.
yeah, Yeah. No, I see what you mean. And from this episode, like I learned that to solve the Mongolian crisis,
Mm.
I see two solutions.
Mhm.
One you mentioned is fix the national constitution, and second is Mongolia has to go a socialist path because it suits for the people
In policy, in policy,
in policy.
the
Yes,
socialist policy,
socialist policy.
policy and market economy.
Hmm.
China is the big, how to say, China is the like this uh, example. It's a big example.
Hmm.
Socialist government
Yes,
and capitalist economy.
capitalist economy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I see.
Mongolia, our government is capitalist, in more
Mhm.
feudalistic. That's why our prime minister was a suddenly very big feudal, becoming very big feudal.
Vidal,
And
yes.
our parties, political parties, are feudal parties. Feudal parties. They want to make money through mining business.
Hmm.
Mining is Mongolia. Mongolia is a country, mining country.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, okay. So now let's wrap up our episode 8. We've talked about the Mongolian issues and its solutions. On the next episode, we'll dig more deeply to the Mongolian issues and solutions as well.
Yeah, and
So,
then ideology. We need ideology. Yeah,
yes.
it's very important. Without ideology,
Hmm.
you have no goal,
Hmm.
no plan,
Hmm.
no vision, no utopia.
Hmm.
Politics is utopia, utopian.
So the next episode, we'll talk about Mongolian ideology. Like what ideology is suitable for Mongolian people. And
Oh.
yeah, you've been like a, a pioneer of saying that Mongolia needs ideology, that its own, not like foreign ideology. And if we've been keep
Yes, now
talking about
our ideology, but not nomadic ideology,
yes, yes,
but economical and ecological ideology, maybe.
yes,
Maybe
yes,
there are some parts of a
parts,
big ideology.
yes, yes. Okay, so we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.